After a break of more than a decade, BMW finally has a larger sports car in its range, the BMW 8 Series. The launch of the coupé has now been followed by a convertible. The new 8 Series marries both sporty performance and luxury. Jens Stadtmann says it feels like the range of attractive convertibles in Germany is getting ever smaller, but today he's testing out an especially good-looking specimen. Chunky air intakes, sleek LED headlights, and the BMW signature dual-kidney grille dominate the front. A long hood emphasizing the low slung structure, along with wide wheel arches, the typical BMW proportions. The wide, sporty rear end features large exhaust outlets and black surround. Jens says you can certainly enjoy life in an M850i like this one. The engine under the hood is of course super powerful, and he can choose whether he selects the comfort mode for a comfortable ride or the eco mode to save fuel. And he can choose Sport and even Sport Plus if he really wants to let rip.
Richtig krachen lassen, dann wähle ich einfach den Sportmodus oder optional den Sport Plus Modus und dann geht's richtig nach vorne.
Despite its weight of more than 2 tons, the M850i convertible really sprints off the starting line. That's all thanks to the 4.4-liter V8 turbocharged gasoline engine. It moves from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. The top speed has been electronically limited to 250 kilometers per hour. In Germany, prices for the top engine start at nearly 134,000 euros. Jens says the steering is light, the 19-inch braking system is super exact. You can gauge it precisely. And the 8-speed automatic transmission means he doesn't need to bother with the gears. The convertible comes with all-wheel drive and sports differential as standard. The electronically controlled rear axle differential lock not only provides optimum traction, it also helps with accelerating out of the curve, meaning you can really fly around those bends. Jens says he can close the roof in just 15 seconds while still driving, up to a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Nappa leather upholstered features and sport leather steering wheel come as standard. If you want it to really swish, you can opt for a start-stop button and gear shift lever made of crystal. Neck warmers integrated into the front headrests, which blow out warm air on colder days, are only available as an optional extra, despite the high starting price, which we think is pretty poor. Jens measures 1.75 meters, which is not particularly tall. He can sit comfortably in the front, but he wants to try out the back. The front seat moves forward, and of course, with the roof open, getting in is easy. Like this, he's quite comfortable, but now when he puts the driver's seat, set to his height, back into position, it's pushing against his knees. No one's going to want to sit here for longer journeys. The integral active steering enhances the overall sporty feel of the car. Up to a speed of 72 kilometers per hour, the rear wheels are steered in the opposite direction to the front. This makes the steering a lot more precise and significantly reduces the turning radius. Jens says the exhaust sounds great, and he can make it louder if he wants. So here you can choose between a more serene and reserved style, or in-your-face loud when you opt for the Sport or Sport Plus mode. Jens likes it a lot. With the V8 under the hood, the enormous acceleration power, and the sound of the exhaust, it's enough to give anyone goosebumps.
Mit der Beschleunigung und dem Klang, da bekomme ich ab und zu schon eine kleine Gänsehaut.